a stat sheet or anything. Thank you.
Okay, we're ready to begin with Boise State. We have student athletes Brandy Hedden, Lauren Leonard, Coach Gordy, personnel. Coach, if we could start with you, just some general remarks on tonight's game.
Obviously, we struggled with the press, and it's probably good coaching on their part. We knew with the matchup that they would press us, and obviously we're struggling without a point guard and had a hard time with that. We turned it over, and then the rim shrunk on us. After we turned it over, we probably got a little insecure, and then the rim shrunk on us in the first 10 minutes. And then after the 10-minute mark, I thought we played a little bit better, but we struggled, certainly.
Thank you. We'll now open up for questions for the student athletes.
Lauren, the last game, just kind of your thoughts and kind of what you're feeling right now.
It's tough. I knew, we had talked after senior night just about how this emotional time, and I'm going to miss these coaches, I'm going to miss these players, but it's been a good 4 years, and I've loved every minute of it, and but it definitely stung a little bit taking that last walk off the court.
Tonight's game for you personally, I think you had like 7 blocks just in the second half. Seemed like you were pretty fired up to kind of try to end it on a good note.
Yeah, I was trying. I was doing my best. That was kind of part of our game plan, was that I could sit back and help a little bit more. And, their guards are fast and they're penetrating. And so that was kind of my job, was to sit back there, and no layups is what Coach said. So no layups they got.
Brandy, do you feel like, obviously, dug yourselves a little bit too much of a hole? It seems like you guys were more competitive later in the game, but it seems like probably just got yourselves behind way too much.
Definitely. I don't feel like you can win any big game starting off in a hole like that, but I think overall we did a pretty good job of fighting and still trying to come back. So, I applaud our effort.
And what do you think about, kind of looking forward? I know obviously losing Lauren's a big loss for you guys, but looking forward to returning quite a few people too.
Right. Huge loss. But we're excited about next year. Like Coach said, we have a lot of injuries coming back, so I think we should be solid. I know we're going to be solid, so exciting. So just working on off-season and get back to where we are now. Come out with a win instead.
We may be the only team in the country that has 8 starters coming back.
Right.
Brandy, do you feel like, as Coach said, you did struggle with that press, especially early on? Just seems like it took a little time to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, we know we could play with them, definitely. It's just we can't start off like that. And from the jump, we knew that they were going to be pressing. We just didn't take it too well. Don't know really what happened, but we prepared all week. It's just about executing.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, ladies.
Am I got to?
You guys stay.
I'm staying here.
For a minute.
Try to get out.
Go ahead.
Coach, I did want to just ask you about Lauren's last game. Your emotions, but also just how she played tonight. It didn't seem like that second half she was pretty fired up.
Lauren tweaked her knee yesterday, and she said if it blows out, I'm still playing. And I'm really proud of her. I'm proud to be part of her life, what she represents, her value system, what she's done for Boise State and what Boise State's done for her. It was a great match. It was a great 4 years. My only regret probably is what could have been a little bit with getting to play with her sidekick, Kinsey, our post, and the others that could have helped as well. But she's just a great kid, and she's got a bright future, and she will do Boise State proud in the future just like she has here.
And your thoughts kind of going forward, I know we try not to talk too much about looking to next year, but like you said, return a lot of girls and only really losing one, though she was a key player for you.
We feel good about the future, but it's hard right now to figure out. We worked so hard on that dang press and how we could not get through that. It's disappointing. My hat goes off to Fresno. They did a good job. Their game plan was great. They attacked us at our weak point, and we turned it over 29 times, and you're not going to win any game turning it over 29 times. We tried real hard to defend the perimeter shooters. They had 14 threes against us at our place and beat us, and tonight they were 6 for 26. That was a focus. But it's disappointing. I'm really proud of our effort, or proud of our kids. I like them, and I'm excited about the future, that's for sure.
The fact that, I know obviously you dug yourselves quite a hole, but, second half you did outscore them. Just got to be pretty proud that, they were able to kind of respond a little bit after, putting themselves in a pretty good hole.
We did. One of the huddles, we talked about the cheerleaders, and our cheerleaders were great. And if they're going to cheer for us down 31, then we're going to play with smiles on our faces and get after it. And so they kind of motivated us in one of the timeouts. And like I said, I'm very proud of our kids, and we didn't give up. They're a very seasoned team. They've got one of the premier players in the whole West on their team. It's just one of those things, but it'll be a little while to get over the first 10 minutes. We worked so hard to prepare for this.
Anything else? Okay, thank you, Coach. Okay, for Boise State, we have student athletes Kiki Moore, Rosie Molt, Coach Reagan Peebley. Coach, if we can start with you, just some remarks on tonight's game.
It was a great way for us to start the game. I think it helped a lot that we were able to turn them over and hit some early shots. We knew that was going to be important way to start the both halves. I don't think we did as good of a job to open the second half, just knocking down some shots that we created for ourselves. But, Boise's just gone through and persevered through a lot all season, and it's just so impressive to see how invested their team is through all the injuries that they've gone through, and, just wanted to wish them the best of luck as they get their team healed up in the off season.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Now we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Rosie, 29 turnovers you guys forced on Boise State. What does it mean to get, an opening win like this in the tournament, heading forward?
Obviously it's a good confidence booster for our team. Our main objective today was to start out hard, be aggressive with our press, and I think them getting 29 turnovers was a result of our tough press.
And Kiki, you had another high-scoring game today. What were they really giving you? What kind of looks were they giving you where you really seem to capitalize, I guess?
We kind of just take what the offense gives. The defense gives us. A lot of my teammates was driving and kicking, so them driving and kicking opened me up a lot tonight.
And the defense. Talking about the defense, 29 turnovers. It seems like they really gave you guys a lot. Can you talk more about what really led to that? 31-point lead, I guess, in the first half.
I would just say our pressure and our pace, we wanted to play pretty fast tonight to get them up and down with us, and I think they got tired pretty fast. So by us playing and pressuring them a lot, I think it resulted in a lot of turnovers.
And, Rosie, this was a game where a lot of reserves got some playing time. What did you really see from, Robin and Jacinta today?
Obviously Robin comes in all the time and plays her role really well. She comes down and knocks in a lot of shots, so that was good. And Jacinta was crashing the boards hard tonight, which is a very big positive for us.
And you guys have either Wyoming or Colorado State up next. What are you guys really going to focus on heading into tomorrow's game?
The main focus will be on ourselves again, but doing the little things like rebounding, boxing out, and being aggressive on defense will lead to good offense.
may I have Kiki and Rosie answer this, if I may start with Rosie. Just could you imagine getting off to a better start than you guys did today?
You know, obviously we got to a really good start. We thought we'd start off well because we were very aggressive, but to the lead that we got at the very beginning, that was really good.
I think our team was just really prepared for this game. We came in with kind of a chip on our shoulder, knowing what we had to do, and I believe we got it done.
How did you stay focused at halftime with such a big lead and still kind of keep the intensity and not let them get back in it?
I mean, just coming in every half, you have to just know that the team's never going to give up. So we just knew that they were going to come back and fight back, and they fought to the end. But I think we just kept our intensity and our focus as well. You want you to answer that too?
Oh, yeah, that's the same. You know, obviously you've got to focus. Everyone playing this tournament, if you lose, you're out. So, you know, everyone's going to get after it. So we had to make sure we kept our intensity high, kept crashing the boards and pushing out an offense.
Can the two of you talk about the ball movement and just, you know, the crisp passing and, you know, knowing each other so well and the assists? It seems like, you know, if anyone made a backdoor cut, you found that person. Just talk about the passing and sharing the ball.
Yeah, I think our offense flowed really well tonight. Obviously, we've got great attackers on our team, so when the defense tries to stop them, we've got the easy kicks out, and then when they're pressuring hard on the outside, the attackers can get to the basket. So it worked really well tonight.
I think we're just at our best when, like, we rotate the ball and everyone gets a touch and play inside out, so everything opens up, attacks, drives, and then also just our three-point shooting.
Coach, a 26-point lead in the first half got down to 14 in the second. Were you a little concerned about game slippage there and how you deal with that in the future?
Well, a little bit. We had a pretty good idea of how they were going to get back into the game at that point. And I just felt like where our offense was aggressive, we needed to manage the clock a little bit better. We were able to find and get quick shots, but not much time was coming off the clock, which gave them even more possessions in that second half. So, you know, as you saw probably the last 4.5 minutes, we slowed things down a little bit. We're a little bit more deliberate, and I think that helped us really just try and get to their fatigue a little bit. But, you know, concerned, you're always concerned as a coach. I mean, I always think even with a 26-point lead, we're only them hitting 2 threes away from this being a game. But we've got great leaders, great defenders on the floor that are pretty self-motivated.
Was that as good as you can play defense the first 10 minutes? Their coach said that's really all they worked on, and they were very disappointed that they couldn't handle it.
I've seen us play consistent defense like that. I've also seen us not play great defense. It's really, again, I think what these young women commit themselves to, and we've got a lot of different defensive schemes, different attacks, and it doesn't matter what we do. It's about them executing, and you know, they do a great job with it. And we're going to need to play consistently great defense in this next game.
Are there any questions for the student athletes?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Just if I could start with Kiki. I know you guys didn't show it, but just wondering, were there any butterflies to start the tournament?
Not with me. I mean, I feel like it's just excitement just to come out here, just play the same teams we played already, and just to know that if you lose, it's like go home. So I just feel like it's an excitement to just play everyone, have everyone in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, there are a little bit of butterflies, you know. Going into your tournament, you have to win to get through. But I think we were very confident. We've finished off the conference really well, so I think there was more confidence going into it.
Okay, we're going to dismiss the student athletes at this time. Now we'll take questions for the coach. Thank you, ladies.
Good job. Coach, just wondering, Kiki talked about kind of having a chip on her shoulder. Were you guys happy with the statement you made? I don't know if you were trying to make a statement, but I know you're the second seed, but maybe that you guys might be the team to beat.
I don't think we didn't talk about a statement. We just talked about winning, survive and advance. You know, we had a healthier amount of respect for Boise State. I definitely have a lot of respect for Gordy. He's one of those coaches that I've competed against, coached against for a long time, from back to our WAC days. And as a young coach, I always felt like whenever I played against his teams and I really looked at film and evaluated the decisions I made, I was going to get better as a coach. He's a very, very good coach. So our focus was really about how do we get past Boise State first, not trying to send a message to anybody else.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Rest. I think that's the number one thing. You don't change anything. My philosophy, you don't change anything at this time of year. They're playing instinctually. They've worked really hard to learn the system and incredibly hard at doing that. So it's really about recovery and rest and making sure they're prepared for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.